Hello friends and welcome back to our another video on black fungus, a no surprise risk for all of us as of now. A question boggling our mind nowadays is that was this black fungus a disease before COVID-19? Unfortunately, yes it was. It was found in diabetic patients, in cancer patients administering chemotherapy, patients undergoing transplants and then put on immunodepressants. However, it must be made absolutely clear that mucormycosis is not transmitted from one individual to the other the way COVID-19 is. The most common cause is uncontrolled diabetes mellitus, that is, the raised blood sugars. The other causes include the treatment of some cancers, steroids, chemotherapy or immunotherapy, and solid organ or stem cell transplantations. The common sites of presentation include the rhinocerebral involvement that we discussed in our previous video. That means the fungus can damage the nose, the paranasal sinus, the eyes, and the brain. And of course, if it is pulmonary involvement, then the fungus can cause pneumonia. So it is now can be said that it is not a new infection. However, due to COVID-19 and its treatment, a surge in black fungus cases is being found. The estimated burden of mucormycosis in India is 14 per 1 lakh as per the study published in current fungal infection reports. This is almost 70 times higher than what it is reported in other countries. But why now? Black fungus is a risk factor now due to COVID-19 because in COVID-19 actually a fall in lymphocytes occurs. Lymphocytes is actually a type of white blood cell that helps in fighting infection. Now the decrease or the fall in lymphocytes increases the chance of the fungal infection due to which the infection actually is rising. The treatment of COVID-19 is unfortunately only worsening the situation. In a lab study published in Nature Metabolism, SARS-CoV-2 can potentially multiply in the pancreatic cells and contribute to the increased blood sugar levels in COVID-19 patients. Steroids form a very important aspect of the treatment for COVID-19 because they lower the death rates by reducing the cytokine storm phase, which can develop in some patients. Besides causing reduced immunity levels, steroids can also increase the blood sugar levels, which can cause additional harm if left unchecked. So if a patient who is COVID positive and has diabetes and is administered with steroids, then a combination of these three factors drastically increases the chances of fungal infection. That is why we say that the diabetic patients are at more risk for the black fungus if they have acquired the COVID. According to a study in the Lancet, the number of people with diabetes increased to 65 million in 2016 in India. The highest prevalence of diabetes was observed in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Delhi. The crude prevalence of diabetes above 20 years of age has increased to 7.7% in 2016 from than what it was in 1990 with a figure of 5.5%. Further, there is an underlying higher genetic susceptibility to diabetes in Indians. Some of these cases could get unearthed only after exposure to steroids. So the preventive measures that we can go with is actually mild to moderate dose of steroids, which is enough and should be under the supervision of healthcare worker. Also, the prolonged use of steroids should be avoided. Mild COVID-19 patients should not be given steroids as it may lead to fungal infection in future. A strict control of blood sugar level and the regular monitoring of it is important. One should strictly and properly cover the face with a mask as it spreads through spores which may be present in air, especially if we are going to some construction sites where such chances are more. Also, the patients on steroids for COVID-19 should report symptoms of mucormycosis at the earliest. Among other symptoms, they should look out for facial swelling on one side, protrusion of the eyeball, new onset visual disturbance, headache and vomiting, new onset swelling or ulcers with blackish discoloration and prolonged fever should also be reported so that a proper care and the initial diagnosis of the disease can be done in time. So friends, that was a bit of information from our side as a gesture to help all during this crucial time. Hope it helps. Thank you all and stay safe. Bye-bye.